Hey folks, this is Matt once again. As you can tell at number 9 in my 69 favorite horror films, it does happen to be The Blair Witch Project. Now I had this on DVD, when I went to Blu-ray I saw this, and this is one of my favorite films, I had to buy it. Doesn't look bad on Blu-ray, but you know, it's a film that is not going to be the picture quality of other films, of course, just because of the subject of it. But, you know, many people out there may already know I'm a big fan of the film. I wear this shirt a lot in my videos, and for those wondering, this is one of my favorite shirts that I have that I got missing with the 3 actors. It has, like, the description, last seen camping in the Black Hills Forest area near Burkittsville. Please call Frederick County Sheriff's Office. They do like a phone number, and but this is part of the reason why I love the Blair Witch Project, because back in the day I saw this and I had an experience. Not a movie, didn't watch a movie, I had an experience. And it was a great experience. So this is always going to be close to my heart. Now I didn't know how to review this film, so I guess just take you back, take you back to my experience with the Blair Witch Project. Now, I first heard about this film because, I mean, the plot is pretty simple. The description at the beginning you see in trailers and stuff is pretty much the plot. 3 filmmakers, Heather Donahue, Joshua Leonard, Michael Williams. They are doing a documentary on the Blair Witch. They get some interviews. They go into the forest. They get lost, they hear noises, they find these weird stick things, and they wonder who's out there or what's out there. They're sleeping, and all of a sudden they hear baby crying and stuff like that. You know, very simple plot. But first time I heard about this movie, I think part of the reason why I love this film a lot, and why I had such a great experience back in the day, and you can still watch it today and be thrilled by it, is I didn't get into the hype. I know, what? Really? Bullshit. No bullshit. I did not know about the hype of this movie when I first saw it on VHS. Because basically all I knew about this film was it was, I think, an article in Entertainment Weekly that I read, and I saw maybe 1 or 2 TV spots for it. And I remember seeing a clip, I don't know if it was on a Cisco and Ebert type of show or what, but I just remember seeing some trailers, or you know, the TV spots, and reading a little bit of some articles in Entertainment Weekly and going, what's this about? This seems interesting. Because, another thing, I had not seen any movie like this whatsoever. And I got my interest. Like, wow, this is a movie I've never seen before. Okay, you know, later on you find out, well, they did Cannibal Holocaust, and they did this. And I didn't know about those movies. And honestly, I could give a shit. I couldn't give a shit about Cannibal Holocaust. I can't even lie about that. I can't give a shit about Cannibal Holocaust. I don't. I don't care for the movie. I watch bits and pieces, I'm like, I'm done. I don't care for it. Not my movie, I guess. Then you like find out, well, the last broadcast, they made that and they did it first. Well, the last broadcast, let me say this. If the last broadcast did it first, then thank God these guys ripped them off, because the last broadcast sucks. I saw the movie, it sucked. It sucked. People say that's better than this movie. I don't know what they're smoking. That's rude, I know, but that movie was a horrible piece of shit. You had a boring-ass narrator. Like, literally, this guy is a cure for insomnia. Literally. You watch this movie, and all it is like, you have like 5 minutes of found footage, and basically, people talking in a camera, or talking right over here, about this guy was arrested. And then you have a shitty ending where the guy doing the documentary is the killer. And then it's like, it just, to me, it was horrible, horribly acted. Horribly acted movie. Boring. Sleep-inducing narration. Worse than fucking Blade Runner. Worse than, you know, the fucking shit you saw in high school or middle school, elementary school, any type of school videos where there's boring-ass narrations going on. And then, you know, you have movies after it, of course, like your Quarantine, your Wreck, your Cloverfield, your Paranormal Activity 1 and 2. And again, and again, and again. And granted, there's a handful I like. Mainly, I like Cloverfield, because I like the fact you put a big monster movie, special effects extravaganza in that format. It was original. It was something I had not seen before. A big monster movie in that vein. But then you see pieces of shit like the Asylum's Monster. Paranormal Activity had a horrible ending, in my opinion. And pretty much all these have the Last Exorcism and fucking, you know, all these other films like this have the same ending. Paranormal Activity 2 had the same depressing ending. And I'm like, do something different with the endings. Instead of them all being depressing. Even so, you know, Diary of the Dead, that was horribly acted. You had bad CGI. You had Amish that had Kung Fu. Amish deaf person who knows Kung Fu, which, that's a fucking joke. And then the ending, it's just, you know, their dumbasses are leaving the fucking gates wide open, so the zombies just walk into the estate, and they hold themselves up in this little room, zombies and shitloads of zombies outside. They're not going to have food, you know, who knows how much water they don't have in that teeny-ass room. They probably don't die of thirst or starvation. But even then, I didn't care in that movie, because I thought the characters were terrible and horribly acted, so I didn't give a shit. But you know what the good news is? Every time I see these movies, it makes me appreciate this film more and more and more. Because let me get back to the experience. So, I didn't know much about the movie. I didn't know the hype. You know, and the reviews, you know, they're cool to read, but I never buy into them. Even at that age, in 1999, I was, let's see, at least 16 years old, I guess. Yeah, 16 years old. I feel old now that I say that. And I'm like, well, I don't buy into hype, you know. I just don't buy, well, not hype, I don't buy into good reviews. Because there's even at 16 years old, I knew there were a lot of films I love that, you know, people hated. So I'm like, fuck it. So, reviews, you know, I never buy into them. And hype, didn't know anything about it. So, as I get this film on VHS, I'm watching it. Now I lived on a farm in Iowa, pretty much middle of nowhere. Watch it in the afternoon, and I'm watching this, and it just sucked me in. It became less of a movie and more of an experience. Because I had not seen a movie like this before, done in the first, you know, POV. And I got sucked into the little mythology that we hear about the Blair Witch. You know, that it has a past with the Rustin Parr, this guy who killed these kids and made them stand in the corner, which relates to the very end. I'm like, wow, that's cool that they did that. Little thing, but cool. And, you know, you had little girls, and they just got sucked into that. The big plus for this movie is the actors. People get annoyed by Heather Donahue because she cries at the end. But the thing of it, at that point of this, one of her friends are gone. She's found, like, blood and teeth. Think about it. If I'm in the woods, I'm lost for days. I'm starving. You know, nothing to drink. One of my friends has been taken. I keep hearing these fucking noises. I don't know who or what it is. I find bloody teeth. I'm like, what the fuck? I'd be scared too. I'd be crying like a bitch in heat. Okay? I'd be crying too. And Heather Donahue People get annoyed by her. I liked her. I liked her because she was kind of strong for the most part. A little bit of a hard ass. She wasn't perfect. But I liked her. And then when she got more hysterical, I bought it, you know, because I think she's a good actress. She was believable. I didn't think of these people as actors. I thought, oh, it's Heather, Josh, and Mike. And I really liked the Josh and Mike character. Mike character was kind of like, I saw myself in that, like, yo, turn the fucking thing off, like, he had the funny reactions, and you get some good lines of dialogue. And a lot of it, from what I hear, was improvisation. These guys did an excellent job. I didn't think actors. I thought, okay, I'm the fourth member of this group. The camera makes me the fourth member. I'm with them. I'm laughing at their jokes. You know, their references to Deliverance or other stuff. I'm hearing what they're hearing. I'm seeing what they're seeing, which is not much. You know, I'm inside the tent with them. I'm hearing these babies crying in the middle of the fucking woods. I'm like, whoa, that'd be fucking creepy as shit. That'd be weird. You know, I was the fourth member. And I like these characters. And it's that continuing dread where at the beginning you know this film is not going to end well. You know this film is not going to have a happy ending. And that's the thing, with these other films, there's a 50-50 chance. But now it's like, well, it's always, not even anymore, it's always a depressing ending. It's always a downbeat ending. But here, first you know ahead of time. You know, these filmmakers disappeared. A year later, the footage was found. Going into it, you know, right off the bat. So you're not sucker punched. But even then, I'm like, how do they disappear? What's going to happen? You know, it's like the old Alfred Hitchcock thing. Put two people talking in a room, it's boring. Two people talking in a room, but you establish that there's a bomb under the table, then you get suspense. So right off the bat, you know these three kids are fucked. So it's when and how. And the teasers, like, they don't show much in the teasers. I mean, think about it, the teasers and trailers, they didn't show a lot. They're only like 40 seconds long. So I think that was another thing. They're only 40 seconds long. And, you know, there's no music to hamper down suspense, and there's no bad CGI, like Diary of the Dead and shit. And the ending was spooky. But it made sense. Why is he staying in the corner? Oh, yeah, they mentioned that before. Like the Rustin Parr thing. And it still leaves you questioning stuff. Like Paranormal Activity, I hated that ending. First off, oh, another depressing ending. But then it's like, oh, she's possessed. Okay, you know. Here it's like there's a question of, was it the Blair Witch? Was it some crazy motherfucker? I mean, I like that ambiguity. And this film I do. And, you know,